I've come to the kitchen early this morning to avoid disturbing my new COVID community, my lovely wife and two teenage boys, my neighbours. Lockdown has thrown us together more than normal, and we're enjoying getting to know each other better, but also sometimes winding each other up, not least as we argue about whose turn it is to wash up. It's made me think about the importance of forgiveness. Before lockdown, we all had a bit more space to just walk away if we needed to, but now we're stuck within micro-communities, and more than ever we want our relationships to be healthy and nourishing. And that means getting good at forgiveness. It's got me thinking about Papua New Guinea too, where I spent most of my adult life. My colleagues there had much greater experience of living day in and day out, surrounded by family and neighbours. And for them, maintaining relationships was a necessity. The highest goal was good Palasindao, the state of being well together as a community. I was humbled then by stories of forgiveness, worked out in the messiness and the sometimes violent confrontations around ensuring the survival of your family when you only have limited resources. So let me share you 3 thoughts about forgiveness. First, we need to acknowledge our emotions when we're wronged. We Brits often choose the passive-aggressive response rather than owning our anger, or we look for the bright side if we're Christians. But when someone has wronged us, forgiveness isn't saying that what happened was okay. A heated emotional response is natural. It's not wrong in itself. Interestingly, some Papua New Guinean cultures don't have a word for anger, and the closest emotion is actually viewed positively. It's a heated response to injustice that leads to action. And that helps me as I think about God's hot reaction to injustice in the Bible. It's natural to feel angry when we've been hurt. But the real question is what we do next. Forgiveness means deciding to not continue to hold on to our anger or our thoughts of revenge. It means recognizing, first of all, that those thoughts are there. In Genesis 4, Cain gets hot about his brother, and it's in that state, it's a state of danger and choice, that God speaks to him, challenging him to become the master of what he does next. And sometimes that will mean, first of all, distancing ourselves, getting to a safe space wherever we can under lockdown, and then being ready to listen to God's voice as he speaks to us in our hurt. But second, let's be prepared for the long haul. Just like that disciple who came to Jesus and asked whether 7 times was enough, we can want to get this forgiveness bit over and done quickly. We want the offender to get on and change, or we want to move on. But forgiveness in lockdown isn't like that. It means an ongoing, repeated decision not to hold on to resentment. Whether that's against your brother or sister, against your God, or even yourself. Healthy, forgiving relationships are a marathon, not a sprint. Finally, let's draw strength from the examples of others. When I'm struggling to forgive yet another casualty of teenage carelessness in my home, I remember my Papua New Guinean friends, where the idea of payback is huge. If someone harms you, you need to harm them back, and even more so. Yet I remember my friend in PNG telling me how he witnessed someone shoot and kill his brother. And in front of the community, his dad got up and said, "We are Christians, we will not take revenge." That countercultural decision to act in forgiveness transformed his life and that of his community. Or I think of Jesus, who even as he was dying was thinking of those around him, praying, "Father, forgive." If they can forgive, surely I can too. And maybe my example will also impact my own community. So as I go back upstairs to start the day with my COVID buddies, I hope that you'll also find the strength today for whatever tensions emerge or resurface in your micro-community, and that you'll find the grace to be kind to each other and to travel the road of forgiveness.